who's going to... You watch Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, and you watch her, and I always say nice things. I'd rather watch Cortez than watch Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, because they're so dour and dank and just mean. And Cortez, and as absurd as some of her initiatives are, it's at least refreshing. I know. But listen what Joey's saying before you get excited. We have in the studio the man that is going to take on Alexandria Ocasio Cortez and run against her in the district that she is from. And his name is Rich Valdes. Rich, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me, Joe.
No, it's great to have you here, brother. I'll tell you what, this is a big undertaking, and I like this girl. I don't want to say, I tick off half my audience when I say that. I just like the freshness of her. I understand it, but it's scary because people are believing what she's saying. And you know what she's saying? Niente, nothing, nada. She said nothing. You got a big responsibility. People are going to be watching you. What made you go into this, first of all?
Well, I mean, we've been looking at what she's doing and what she's bringing to the table, and I think right now what she brings to the table is a lot of passion, a lot of zeal, but a lot of empty promises. And right now she's in a set of shoes that I don't think she can fill.
Yeah.
And I don't say that to be insulting. I say that to say that she's been elected for 8 months. She was in a primary that she won, in a general that was uncontested. So for 8 months, she's known she's needed a district office. The's still not a district office.
There's not a district office there?
Nowhere in the 14th district can anyone go and get any type of constituent services. So, and I have some first-hand knowledge of that. I worked for Congressman Scott Garrett back in 2004, and there's a lot of people, in particular, folks that were like my parents, that needed to expedite something with a Social Security pension or something like that, and would call their congressman.
Yeah.
Perhaps they can call Washington and get that done if they can get through, but they're not able to walk into her office because it's non-existent.
And then we had the MS-13, the shooting there on the subway platform in her district. She never showed up.
Perfect time to play the cricket sound effect, right? She hasn't said a word.
She didn't show up. She didn't say, oh, my gosh, I'm so sorry. Nothing went out.
Well, she did. Forgive me. I'm misstating the facts. She did. She said a lot of words. Matter of fact, she said, not a dime, not a single dime will we give to fund ICE. So she wants to defund the only agency that is out there protecting Americans from illegal aliens that are coming here for the purpose of criminal activity.
Tell us about your family, where your family came from.
Sure. Well, my parents were American for generations, but my mom and my dad were both born in Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. I was born in Brooklyn with the rest of my siblings, and when I was 12, I moved to Jersey.
Thank you. What exit? Hey, sorry. Oh, hey. Now are you back? You're back in the district, I guess.
Yeah. No, I'm planning to come back into the district. I mean, this, like you said, it's a huge undertaking. So, I mean, the plan right now is to start to see what type of support is available out there and talk to the GOP clubs in the area and form the exploratory committee and go from there. I mean, fundraising is going to be a huge part of this.
They talk to me too, Joe. You got to run. You got to run for governor. You're going to run as a Republican, and in Jersey, it's very, very tough. You can get every single Republican in New Jersey to vote for you
and lose twice.
You can, because for some reason the independents always vote Democratic. I never understood that phenom, especially now when we're being overtaxed. So when you go in, did you think about going in as a Democrat and going in a primary against Cortez?
No, I think that this is a real battle of ideas. It's a real battle between capitalism and socialism, and I think you're seeing this battle play out right now over the weekend with Senator Dianne Feinstein, who's never been centrist.
That was the best,
right?
I'm killing that. You know what? I got to tell you something, Rich. I thought about it. Frankie Five Boroughs, our producer. I saw that video with Feinstein with the kids, and I looked at it and said, and I meant to write a note for myself to play it all over the news yesterday. How embarrassing was that? I mean, she wasn't wrong in what she was saying, and what's probably more searing in that video is that the kids are being brainwashed, by people like AOC.
Oh, yeah. It's a and that's really what this movement to me is all about. It's not about politics, and it's not about her. It's really about restoring patriotism in America, helping people to understand how great America is, because there's a lot of misinformation, disinformation out there. And this is a battle for hearts and minds.
Yeah, and why would you want to have children? Did you hear that?
Yeah, right. Should we even have those?
She's making burritos.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. And she goes, "What? We should rethink having children.
Yeah.
We should rethink cows. We should take trades to Europe." I mean, really.
It was like a leftist Julia Child.
That's great. Oh man, but yeah, I mean, you got your hands full. Tell us about your podcast. This is America.
Sure. So, like I said, This is America. It's really all about the movement. So, I have like an AOC check-in where we check in, and really I'll check anybody who I think is really off the reservation, and I think she is. And it's not, again, personal with her. It's that her policy positions are just like her initials, AOC. All out crazy. She wants to turn Jackson Heights. She wants to turn Throg's Neck into Venezuela, into China.
Yeah.
These are Cuba. These are the examples that come to mind, and I think there's not a single person in that district that wants that. Not even MS-13.
Yeah. Now, are there any Republicans in that district? Should I ask?
Believe it or not, there's a few that I've spoken with by phone, and again, we're going to be coalescing very soon to meet more people. And the only way to win something like this is the way she did. It's got to be from the ground up.
Yeah.
So it's got to be authentic, and I'm throwing my hat in. Let's go.
Yeah. Now, and the president has done more for the Latino community than any president, certainly in my lifetime, and certainly for the African American community. Will you go to the president and ask for his support?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a huge supporter of the president, and I spoke with him about 3 or 4 months ago.
Well, that's cool.
It was really cool.
Well, tell me how that happened.
Through work, I was prepping him for some interview with someone else at work, and with the great one. Quick plug.
Yeah,
and I had a couple of minutes with him before.
With Mr. Levin, yeah.
And
he's a great guy, by the way.
He is.
Great guy.
And so before he went on with Mark, I had a couple of minutes to talk to him, and we shot the breeze a little bit. And I got to tell you, I'm telling him, I just want to tell you, I think you're doing a great job. He tells me, I'm honored. It's an honor to speak to you, Rich.
Really?
I'm thinking, the humility in this guy when he's off camera.
Thank you. The word humility. People think I'm nuts when I say that about Donald Trump has humility. When you meet him, he is very humble before you.
Yeah.
He's a regular guy. And sometimes
he's a regular guy that you forget's a billionaire for a second.
Yeah, and he gets it, and I wish that sometimes he would do that publicly to show that humility when he speaks, but I know he's afraid they attack him to such a degree that he has to answer back in some way.
Well, I don't know that he has to. I'm glad that he does.
Yeah,
right.
Interesting.
I think I saw this, and I was a lot younger, but 2004, I worked on the Bush-Cheney campaign, and when he got reelected, I used to say, why doesn't he ever take a shot back at the media or at any critic? He would just sit there and take the high road every single time.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy that our president not only doesn't stay quiet, but he hits back.
Now, tell us where we can listen to your podcast there.
Sure.
Rich.
Well, it's available on every platform. This is America with Rich Valdes with an S. You can follow me on Twitter at Rich Valdes with an S, and my website, richvaldes with an S, .co.
Are you the only guy in the Republican Party going? Are you going to be primary opponents, perhaps you have? Or?
Interestingly, no. There's a couple, and I welcome that idea. There's a really popular YouTuber that who's founded the Walk Away campaign, and he's considering a run for the 14th district, and I think that's a great idea.
So you'll go in, and you're starting already, and
Let's
then
go.
You're going to move over there.
Absolutely. My kid's going to school in New York, so I was planning on moving anyway. Wasn't sure where. I'm originally from Brooklyn, so I was thinking of maybe moving back. I have family in Brooklyn. I have family in the Bronx. So I figured, for the last several years, I've kind of taken a back seat to a lot of things because both my parents were very ill, and eventually they both passed away. And I was their primary caregiver. Thank you. But now it's I have the ability and I have the time.
I tell you, Mark knows it. Mark Levin knows it. This is a vital undertaking. I mean, listen, I welcome AOC on this show anytime. And again, her whole approach is so different than the dour Schumer and the dour Pelosi. But it's dangerous because people are starting to believe it, man.
No question. There's a strong appeal to what she's saying, and I think that's really a product of our education system not being where it needs to be. Our level of patriotism has just fallen by the wayside, and people have, at least on our side, have definitely lost their interest in serving in government. So we've kind of given up a lot of the responsibilities that we have.
Thanks for coming in, Rich. Rich Valdes, our best of the great one. The podcast is This is America. Rich Valdes. Hey, Godspeed, my friend.
Thanks, Joe.
And
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome here anytime, my friend. Hey, Piscopo in the morning. It's 8:36. Big Al standing by with the headline.